When I reflect on that past year, especially year and a
Mm.
half, I think in my personal experience, the way that I was seeing the world, I think a decent bit of it had something to do with reading Robert Greene. And
Hmm.
nothing personal against Robert Greene. I've learned so much from, what he's written. But there comes like I guess a natural pessimism from taking in that information. And that information for people who aren't familiar, to just summarize it, and this isn't justify it, to summarize it,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like dog eats dog world. And
Mm.
you got to be careful how you deal with people, how you interact with people. Um,
Mm.
if someone does you dirty, don't be better, be lower. So that
Mm.
sends a message. And it
Mm.
works. Let me tell you, it actually works, which is the craziest thing that I've realized. It
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
But if you spend enough time in that echo chamber of being that supervillain,
Mm.
um, it really tears you up inside. And that's what I felt. I
Mm.
was like, oh my God. Like, I'm not saying I was like this evil person,
Sure.
but just the way that I would deal with people sort of in a cold fashion, it
Mm.
was it didn't feel good at all. It felt bad
Mm.
on the inside. And I
Mm.
realized, there's a reason Islam has that ideal of being kind, of being better. Last time on the podcast, you also mentioned the Prophet, peace be upon him, and how the way people dealt with him, it's crazier than what any of us will have. But
Mm.
he still showed them good character. And that's not easy
Mm.
at all. But I can see
Mm.
why Islam champions good character, because it's
Mm.
not only good for society, but it's also good for you. And
Mm.
yeah, that's
Mm.
that's just something I was thinking about.
Yeah, it's a beautiful reflection. It's like in our capacity of destroying others or attempting to destroy others, and destroy can might sound dramatic, but even in these like, small situations, we're destroying our own soul. And that's like, not always easy for people to catch because, like you said, materially in front of you, you had a benefit that came out of it. Like you said, it works. These strategies work to go lower, but in reality,
That's the craziest
internally,
thing.
it's the reverse. Yeah, subhanAllah.
That
Mm.
that is really the craziest thing, man. That there's like
Mm.
actual power in being that way. It's
Mm.
insane. And I can see the advantage of it. And so you can put two and two together and see,
Mhm.
okay, why do people act with the dog eats dog mentality? Like I can
Mm.
see that. And by the way, I don't think Robert Greene wrote any of his books with the intention of making a
Mm.
person pessimistic or,
Right.
a supervillain.
Hmm.
But again, there's an advantage to that. It's like the game is fixed. These are the rules. Now you decide if you want to play or not. It's crazy,
Mm.
man. But let me ask you, I just told you right now, there is an advantage. There is power in
Mm.
acting kind of mean or lower.
Mm. Mm.
Is there an advantage in your experience of acting higher, of acting better? Is there power
Mm.
to it?
You know what? I think you can extrapolate this exact scenario to what we're seeing on the ground in Palestine as we speak. You have a group of people, a group of countries that have built their power off being lower, off of bombing and destroying and X and Y and Z and putting countries in debt to service them and all these things, right? And then you have a group of people on the ground who, in the material world, it looks like those people's tactics are winning. But then these people who don't have the material power in front of them, who are going higher, and what does higher in this scenario mean? Higher means we're going to continue to fight for XYZ justice. We're not going to give in. How many people on the ground in Palestine are being offered thousands of dollars, safety for their families, XYZ, by the occupying army and telling them, hey, just give us some info and we'll give you this and we'll protect your family. Hey, just make sure to go mess up this, go be an infiltrator in this group and mess with them and this. How many offers are coming to them a day, right? And they're saying, no, we're going to stick with our principles. We're not going to go lower, even if it gives us a material benefit. And we are okay with the material impact being uh, uh, death or oppression or so on and so forth because we don't want to go lower, we want to go higher. And what are we seeing as the impact? The impact is not just for the individual's benefit deep down in their hearts, um, between them and their Lord, that there's a certain level of, a better relationship. But the impact becomes collective. And I really mean that, as in, like, how is it that then materially, with all the millions of dollars and weapons poured in, that the world somehow is now in a better position, like you referenced earlier, in terms of talking about Palestine, supporting Palestine than it was beforehand. And that idea, that concept, to me is like when I myself am a better person, there will be a better impact, but I just have to be okay that even when I'm higher in certain situations, and we're gonna hear stories that get elevated, like saying, there was this time where, I could have gone lower, I decided to go higher, and it paid off for me. It paid off for me. I still became rich doing a job that I never would have thought, and Allah just put it in my lap, and it all worked out for me. Like God showed me a way because I was a good person at this point in my life. This trajectory, by the way, is what wins high school short film. So if any high schoolers are watching this and you enter your Muslim interscholastic tournament, put in a short film where a character is put in a situation where they have to make a good or bad decision, they make a good one, and then it pays out for them. That wins every short film competition. But here's my challenge. Even though there are situations and examples where that happens and you go higher, you go better, and have a better material impact, we have to be okay with there not being a better material scenario for us. And that's a hard, hard pill to swallow. And that's what they're swallowing on the ground in Palestine. It's like we have to be okay with, like, I may never see the fruits in this world. Like I might actually be suffering in the streets and so on and so forth. Of course, I'll pray that God grants me the contentment, but I have to be okay with that reality of having a tougher material life and never seeing the hidden wisdom, never seeing the reasoning of God behind me being in a tough situation after making a good decision according to His principles He laid out for us, right? And that is like the toughest you know, like someone's, I think a sheikh, he said a few weeks back, like, not everyone will have the Khidr in their journey. Khidr being the person who showed
That's a
Moses,
great one.
peace be upon him, right? The wisdom
Yeah.
behind all the different actions he did. Like, wait, why did you kill this child? Why did you poke a hole in this boat? So on and so forth. And telling them, oh, it's because of this, because of this. And Moses, peace be upon him, was able to see the hidden fruits and wisdom. We may never have a Khidr in our life. And we have
Yes.
to be fine with that we may never see it. And it's tough. It's tough. It's not easy. But then again, isn't Prophet Muhammad, didn't he say that this world is a prisoner for the believers? And so we have to, a prison for the believers. We have to embrace this prison and be ready for the challenges that it has.
One of my all-time favorite poems I've written, there's a line in there where it says, "It is becoming of a man to become accepting of the lack of closure." And what
Mm,
you're saying right now is
mm,
that's what it is. You have to be okay with understanding that you might not see the hidden wisdom. You might
mm,
not have a hither in your journey.
mm.
It's a very good point, man. I love how you connected that.
You summarized it powerfully, man. Mm. I need you to
Yeah.
send me that sentence after, man.
Yeah, no, for sure, bro.
Hmm.